asks, are you a cop or a firefighter? What do you say?
I'm a firefighter first. I'm a cop second. My name is Eric Gentry. I am a Battalion Chief with the Evansville Fire Department. I'm also a sworn law enforcement officer with the Evansville Fire Department. I had no desire to be a cop. I actually turned down EPD back in 07 or 08 for the job. When I took this role on, the first thing was to determine the shortfalls, the shortcomings of this division and figure out how to rebuild or build it better. Through the fire investigation, we figured out that there was about 4 arrests a year for arson. We estimated there was about 30% of a set fire rate in the city over the last 2 years. So then we figured out how to correct those problems. So we went to the prosecutor's office, we went to the state fire marshal's office, we went to EPD, and we started diagnosing these problems piece by piece. One of the shortcomings we had was the amount of officers with the amount of crime that we were facing in the city, as well as the arson problem. We just needed more boots on the ground that could deliver credible and reliable statements to the prosecutor's office to pursue crime. So when we evaluated on whether or not, we had to do a cost versus benefit analysis of it. And that cost versus benefit analysis paid off in December of 25 when we realized we had 9 arrests in the year of 2025 for arson-related crimes. That's a over 200% increase in arrest in 1 year by having these additional powers.
Everybody ready? Okay. Give me your name and department. Eric Gentry.
I was 42 when I started the police academy, and I was very nervous. I think everybody will tell you I was nervous going through it. I was worried about getting injured. I was worried about the defensive tactics portions. You have to study and take tests. That's nervous enough in itself, as well as the scenarios. The firearms portion was shooting and moving all at the same time. And there was tactics with shooting that I just didn't even think about. I mean, hand positioning, trigger movement. We did drills where we were walking and shooting, walking sideways and shooting sideways, shooting on our backs, shooting on our sides, shooting on our knees, all of that under stress. So it was a totally different environment than what I was used to. Loved every minute of it. I never thought I'd be paid to get trained how to shoot, so it was awesome. Probably the most nerve-wracking time for me was during the defensive tactics portions. We had an individual in the class that started the academy. He was 20 years old. He turned 21 in the academy. And he's 5'11", 6 foot, and he's 200 pounds. And this is who I have to do defensive tactics with. He's half my age, and I've got to wrestle this guy in defensive tactics.
How'd that go?
It went all right. He took care of me. He called me a grandpa. It was all fun and games.
All right, name and badge number, I guess.
Eric Gentry, 1X469. I wasn't nervous about being tased. A lot of people are. I knew it was going to hurt, but it is what it is. But I was not going to not get tased. The option's there, but if EPD sends their recruits through it, then I'm going to do it the same.
Okay, Battalion Chief Eric Gentry.
As a sworn law enforcement officer in the state of Indiana, I have the same powers as an Evansville Police Department officer, but we primarily are focusing our role on fire-related crimes on scene. Our first priority on scene, even still with me with police powers, is still the fire investigation aspect. The secondary aspect is the criminal aspect if it's there. EPD's been great to work with through the process. I mean, they have given us tons of information, tons of help with this process that we're going through. But even with that, it is how do you deal with criminals if they want to fight? So that nervousness is still there, that I could get in a fight on a fire scene tomorrow trying to arrest somebody that set a fire on purpose to hurt somebody. So there is nervousness with that. I have an idea what my days look like. I check in with my fire investigators in the morning around 6:30 to 7. I find out what they did the day before, the night before. Is there follow-ups I need to do? I check in with my inspectors, my community education person. We have discussions and figure out what the day-to-day is going to look like, because I also do inspection and code enforcement, so I have to deal with businesses. If a crime of arson occurs, then we go out and we start looking. We start walking the streets, we start talking to people. And I may go out in the middle of the night and try to talk and walk neighborhoods to find information out on how a fire started. We still use EPD. I was over at EPD's detective's office yesterday talking to them about cases. So we're assisting Evansville Police Department on these cases. We're not taking it away. Even internally with the fire department, they're asking questions. Why do you guys have this? Why do you have police powers? Are you still a firefighter? So it's the biggest hurdle we have is the communication aspect and explaining it and why we're here and how we got to this point. The one thing I will tell the public is we rely a lot on security camera footage, doorbell footage. So if you see something or have that, let us know about it. Because if you don't know how to get it off of there, we do. And we have the resources to come get that video off of there for you. Where we see the unit evolving to is we want to see a decline in set fires. So to get to that way, we need to have a cohesive unit built with an understanding of not only the criminal law, but the fire investigation tactics. By doing that, we're going to be able to put away the individuals that are setting fires. The community is going to understand that we're actively going after this in hopes that it will decrease the set fire rate in the city. And overall, that is the goal, is to keep that set fire rate down.